Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Now I have got a brand new VAER watch for you today, but this particular watch is actually a prototype, so keep that in mind. Some of the specs are possibly, more like probably going to change, and some of the pricing is going to change between now and when I actually upload this review, which I believe is going to be on the 9th. So keep all of that in mind when you're watching the review. They're going to tweak this watch a little bit, add some stuff, maybe take away a few things, some slight design changes, but this is basically what the watch is going to look like when they do their production run. So keep all of that in mind. Anyway, this is VAER's first automatic. This is going to be the 100 meter classic and or field watch, depending on which dial variant you choose. They're going to have, I think, 5 different variants. Some are going to have a date function. Some are not going to have a date function. There are going to be a couple different colors. So again, all of this is pretty fluid, but this particular watch, this is what it's going to pretty much look like when production goes live. Really interesting. I'm glad they're doing an automatic. Their quartz was an absolute hit. I loved their quartz watch. So anyway, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this brand new automatic from VAER. And also make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches I reviewed in this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store. I have redesigned all of my t-shirts. I think they're really cool. I've kind of updated a little bit. I think they look awesome. And I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you, so if you want to head on over there, pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. So here you go, VAER watch box. Y'all have seen these before. Any of y'all that have actually ordered a VAER have seen these. And I like them because they're really sturdy, man. They're just a really sturdy box. On the underside, you see assembled in the United States. They're actually assembled in Los Angeles. And there is Ryan's card. Ryan is one of the owners of VAER. And they sent me a couple different strap options. You've got this 2-piece nylon / NATO-ish type of strap. Then you have an actual NATO strap in blue. And these are also VAER branded right there on one of the keepers. Pretty cool. And I put it on this kind of light gray NATO strap. I just think it looks fantastic with that white dial. And Ryan also sent me a Homerun leather strap. A little bit too small for me, but man, was this thing soft. Really soft and supple, very well made. And all of these come with those quick release spring bars, obviously except for the NATO straps. So you have a ton of different strap options to kind of mix and match if you want to. And it makes it a lot easier because these have these quick release spring bars. All right, so let's talk about this particular model. This is the one with the Miyota movement. You're going to have 2, possibly 3 different movements you can choose from. One is going to be the Miyota movement, and that has a 42-hour power reserve. Then you have an ETA 2895. That's a possibility. More than likely, it's going to be the ETA 2824. And the actual watches with the ETA movement are actually going to be 100% Swiss made. They're going to be made and assembled in Switzerland, so 100% Swiss made. Whereas the watches with the Miyota movement are going to be assembled in Los Angeles. So also keep that in mind. But anyway, this one has a 40mm stainless steel case. It's 10 millimeters thick. That's with the dome sapphire crystal. It's 48 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 20 millimeter NATO strap. Again, you've got a domed sapphire crystal with an AR coating. It's water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. Again, this one has the Miyota 9015 with a 42-hour power reserve. And for those that don't know, Miyota is actually owned by Citizen. You've got a signed screw-down crown over here at 3 o'clock. We're going to talk about this later because the crown's not as smooth as I would like it to be. Again, this is a prototype. This is a pre-production model. That's totally normal. That just, stuff like that happens. Anyway, you've got an exhibition case back. I'll show you that here in a minute. It is windable. It is hackable. It does not have a day function. It does have a date function in the future. There are going to be some of these where you're actually going to have a date function. The date wheel is under there. They just don't cut out a window for it. Some people just don't like a date on their watch. They just like, just the pure time. But then again, some people like myself, I actually like a watch with a date complication. You've got Super Luminova BGW9. Of course, the bezel is fixed and it is assembled in Los Angeles. So normally I'm not a big fan of white dial watches at all, but I like this one because the hands have a nice black outline to them. You've got that red pop of the second hand. You've got a couple little pops here at, 2, 4, 8, and 10, those little red dots. They're just purely for fun, just to add a little tiny bit of color to this almost sterile dial. You've got the VAER logo up there. You have got automatic. You've got 100 meters. Assembled right there. If you can see at the bottom, American Assembly down there by the 6 o'clock index. I mean, this looks a lot like the previous quartz model. Not too much of a design change, just a couple little things here and there, but just a nice, clean, very legible dial. I like it, man. The case, guys, I mean, there's really not too much to go over with this watch, honestly, because it's not very intricately designed. It doesn't have a lot of, pomp and circumstance or extra fluff to it. You've got a brushed case just about everywhere. It looks like the bezel, it's not highly polished, but it does have a polish on it, but it's not highly polished. I like that the lugs kind of immediately angle down. It makes the watch very easy to wear. Just a real simple case, man. You can see the signed crown right there. I don't know if you can see the VAER logo or not. It's a little hard to see. If y'all can see, there it is right there. Anyway, there's the VAER logo. Now let's talk about this crown. This crown is a little bit hard to screw and unscrew. It's a little bit hard to pop out. Again, this is a pre-production model. This is a prototype. This is not, a finished watch. So they have assured me that this is going to be the same quality of crown as the quartz model has. And the quartz model might have been my favorite crown of all time. It was so incredibly buttery smooth to screw in and unscrew. It had the perfect amount of crown pop to it. And Ryan is assuring me that the production models of these will have the same quality crown. So, and I totally believe him. I have no reason not to believe him. I'm really looking forward to it, man. But that's my only gripe about this watch is the crown, and that's really only because this is a production model. I would have liked if they had maybe done a little something extra to the dial. That's just my personal preference. Maybe spiced it up, a little bit. Maybe put a texture like a waffle pattern on the dial or some sort of texture on the dial. Maybe applied a little bit more lume to all the other indexes. And I'll show you the lume shot here in a second. It's BGW9. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's, it's not going to, blind you by any means, but it definitely gets the job done. So let's go ahead and show you the case back here, the exhibition case back. Now we talked about, he asked me what I thought about the case back. I said, I like the exhibition case back. It'd be cool if you could do a sapphire crystal for the exhibition case back, but of course that's probably going to, raise the price of the watch. I'm not sure if he's even going to offer that as an option. Again, this review doesn't go live for, over a week. Gosh, even more than that. Yeah, almost 2 weeks, I believe. Anyway, so that might be an option down the road. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's going to be. I think they're just going to stick with the mineral case back. But there you go. I mean, you got your VAER logo on the rotor there. You got your information laser etched around the periphery of the dial. I mean, just, the workhorse Miyota 9015 in action. And I do like that if you just barely flick this watch, that rotor spins like crazy, man. There you go. Really nice. Look at that thing go, man. So there you go. And we'll go ahead and try it on here in a second. In fact, let me go ahead and try it on now. And I'll show you what it looks like on the wrist. All right. All right, there you go. Let me tuck this in. Man, that's a good looking watch, man. I like it. And I really don't normally like white dialed watches, but this one absolutely works. And I love the color of the strap too. All right, so let's go ahead and get you a lume shot. Now it's nighttime, so it should be nice and dark in here. There you go. Wow, it's actually shining a lot brighter than I thought it would. And I love the color, man. I love that kind of teal cobalt blue. Wow. Now, if you look on the camera, that's picking up a lot more light than actually the naked eye. So to the naked eye, just the hour and minute hand are still lumed and it's kind of fading. But on the camera, it's really picking up that lume. That's interesting. And as you can see, the actual indexes don't have a real thick coating of the lume on them. So anyway, so there you go. There's your lume shot. Let's carry everything back on. And I'll talk about pricing, but again, remember, this all could change and possibly will change. For the Miyota movement models, they're going to be right around $300. And for the ETA version, again, there might be 2 ETA versions. More than likely, it's going to be the ETA 2824, and that's going to be at $425 for like an early bird Kickstarter. Same with the Miyoto movement. That's going to be around $300 for an early bird Kickstarter. And then for if they do the 2895, that's going to be early bird $599 on Kickstarter. And let me do the retail. Again, guys, this might change, so don't hold me to this. The retail, once the early bird Kickstarter stuff is over, the retail for this model, they say it's going to be $450. The retail for the 2824 is going to be $599. And the retail for the 2895, if they use it, that's going to be $849. Now that 2829 has a second subdial right down there at 6 o'clock. So again, I don't know if Ryan's going to use that or not. He might, who knows. But anyway, so there's, kind of the basics of the watch. And what I'll do is I'll make sure to put a link in the description field so you can head on over to VAER's website and pick one of these up. Again, I'm going to update this today, right before today by the time you see this video. I'm going to update this today before I make it live to make sure all of the prices are correct. So you can head on over to Kickstarter and pick one of these things up. Also, make sure you like and subscribe and make sure you click that notification bell. All of us YouTubers really, really appreciate it. And guys, I've really been looking forward to this. I'm glad they made an automatic. I'm really happy that they did. Again, quality is outstanding on this watch. With that crown being a little bit hard, again, it's just a prototype. And I'm sure that the actual production model is going to be just as fantastic as the quartz. People really like these watches, guys, and I can see why. They're very well made. And now that it comes in an automatic and I never have to worry about a battery again, I'm going to love this thing. So anyway, guys, until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.